Where you want to start?
Let's start with the world champion. Yeah, let's start with the world champion. Black against a former world champion, no less. Right. And we have a very strange... I'm not even sure what the name of this is.
I think it's a Berlin. Isn't it a Berlin? It looked like a Berlin. Oh no, it's not a Berlin at all. It's one thing about these Blitz tournaments. Normally guys don't show their opening preparation for the real tournament, not to give up an edge. They want to do well, but not at the risk of sharing all their secrets. So you will see a lot of slightly offbeat stuff, like here. Topalov, playing it kind of slowly. Sort of a Philidor perch setup with the white pieces.
Right.
Looks like something you would play, actually.
Looks like something that Badar Jobava would play, actually.
For sure.
He definitely plays this stuff. And, okay, they're just getting their pieces out, pretty normal stuff. This is a reversed Philidor, actually. Slightly different now. We've had a lot of moves, so we're going to have to...
It's the thing with Blitz, it moves quickly. We can't cover up that we're entering the moves here, getting the new position. Basically, there's not much going on. Carlsen has comfortably equalized, exchanged his black square bishops, put his pieces on sensible squares, as he tends to do.
He does that a lot, right?
The one piece that is less sensible here is the rook on a7, so it goes back to a8. Topalov could think about blowing open the center with d4, but tends to lead to simplifications. And he has not done that once again. The pace is really fast. We're going to have to get used to this.
Well, it's Blitz, isn't it? It's we're going to have to get used to it. He played knight g5 and d4. Interesting.
Makes a lot of sense, transposing to some kind of King's Indian structure, locking up this bishop on g2 a bit. Knight takes e6.
And this is a position we have.
I would expect rook takes e6.
Yeah.
Maybe he's actually thinking about f takes
I
e,
think
so he can cover up these squares. And he did go rook takes e6.
Yeah.
Knight went to f5, c5, really a King's Indian structure now. h4, knight f8. Let's get to the other games. We have so many strong players in this tournament. It's like, what, 8 out of the top 10 or something insane?
And Simon Agerstein, the wild card who beat his countryman Jon Ludwig Hammer to get the spot. Although he was saying, I might not take it, but in the end he thought it's probably a good idea to take it.
Might as well.
Might as well, why not? So let's go to another game. It doesn't matter, let's just go straight there. Let's go to here. Aronian Svidler, let's go.
World number 2, Levon Aronian.
Absolutely, playing a fellow Chess24 contributor, Peter Svidler. If you haven't seen his Grunfeld series or his series on Mikhail Tal, which is now available online, you must be completely bonkers because he's literally one of the world's best. So why you haven't been there, I don't know. Visit chess.com, chess24.com. That was good, wasn't it? That was one for the blunder reel, right? Yeah. Give me time, we just started. Chess24.com, please register. If you get a premium membership, you can see 12 hours worth of the best Grunfeld analysis out there.
I like that you're straight into plugging mode.
I love plugging.
Buy our stuff. Watch Peter
really
Svidler.
Good stuff.
We'll tell you something about chess as well.
Yeah. Let's talk about this game though. We've got a bit of a weird kind of, looks like a Maroczy position that...
I have no idea what's going on. It's one of these... Once again, this is a theoretical line, but nothing you would see Levon play in a tournament game with white, especially not b3 here. Yeah. They're just, playing random openings, getting the pieces out, and then letting raw blitz skills decide.
Yeah.
The time control, we believe, is 3 minutes plus 2 seconds. There's been some mixed information out there. If anybody knows, tweet us. Is it 3 plus 2 or 4 plus 2?
Please tweet us, hashtag C24Live. Of course, we like to hear from you. Tell us what you think about Jan. He's just had a very nice haircut. I like it. I like his blazer and his shirt combo today. I like many things about Jan, but tell us also about what you think about the tournament. It's a great tournament. 8 of the world's top 10 are playing.
It is pretty strong,
pretty good. I mean, it's...
What is the list? Carlsen, Aronian, Caruana, Kramnik, Grishuk,
Giri, Karyakin. I mean,
Svidler.
What more do you want in a tournament?
Vishy Anand. There's no Vishy Anand.
There's no Vishy Anand.
And there's no Hikaru Nakamura, who declined his invitation. But those are really the 2 big names missing. Everybody else is there, including Mr. Magnus Carlsen, who is still playing. What's going on in his game?
Oh my goodness. Queen G3 check just played. Well,
he won some material
I
somewhere
think he's
along
winning,
the way,
isn't
right?
he?
Knight f8, bishop h3, random moves, f4.
F4. I mean,
true to
that's-
his guns, you know.
I mean, that's a real knight h5 and
And knight g6 is coming, and pawns will be hanging. f4 a bit optimistic, I would guess.
yeah, no, f4 can't have been good. No, this is I assume this is winning then for Magnus. He might get off, but it's Blitz. You never know. But that rook is swinging across, right?
Yeah, that's why he had to go bishop f5.
Queen g3 and queen g2.
I like this
play.
queen g3 move, nasty little move, because if you take, knight takes f5 is also in the air.
Queen
so he
g2.
went queen g2. And
Well, minimum he's got is he can play queen e3 check. I don't mind that move. That's
yeah, he's a pawn up
He's
with
a
a very
pawn
good
up.
position.
yeah. It should be over. Should be like a good start for the world champ.
Another doubt we have, I think I know the answer to this one, but I'm not 100% sure if this tournament is rated, because there's a new Blitz rating
Yes.
lists out.
Absolutely.
And Magnus Carlsen has complained that his Blitz rating is way too low. Nakamura, the number one in Blitz and Rapids, so if it is rated for Blitz ratings, I think guys would have some extra motivation to
Yeah.
move up the list there. I don't think it is, though. I think it's considered a private tournament since it's qualifying and not going to be rated. But let us know all these many things we don't know. In the meantime, Carlsen did take another pawn.
No,
Then
he's
two pawns
completely
to the
winning.
good. This
Yeah.
is completely winning.
Let's go to Giri Karyakin. We won't go from the start. We'll just go
We'll
from
just
here.
look
yeah.
at the position, which looks nice for white,
Looks
right?
like
Here's
it's
an
winning.
exchange up and threatening some checks,
Yeah, Anish
some
playing
mates.
playing the tournament. Playing some really good
Rook
chess.
f4 has been played.
Rook f4, okay, but this is just completely winning for white. He's got an extra exchange.
And
He
has
can
two
march the
plus
d
pawns.
pawn. No, I mean he could just go d6 now. The bishop's on. No, it's game over. It's
No,
finished.
d6 is a cute move.
Yeah.
Knight d6, just king f2.
Yeah,
Anish will take this one.
he took it. He played d6. That's the end of the game. So good
Pretty
start
good
for Anish. Let's go to Grishchuk.
Another world-famous Blitz
World
player.
famous
Plays
Blitz.
Blitz in his classical games, basically.
Yeah,
He's
basically.
waiting around until he has 5 minutes left. Well, it's an exaggeration, but he is a time travel specialist. Former world Blitz champion as well, I believe. So, he
Looks like he's beating Caruana as well. Looks like
seems
he's,
like he also gobbled up a pawn somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Last move. Why king f8? I don't get it. Why not king g7? Why would you give the guy a pawn?
Lost his mind temporarily.
Pawn is a pawn, as we
is a
say on
pawn.
the show.
Don't understand that at all. Well, he's given him a pawn, and
We got some more
Caruana. Yeah, let's just get to the position, and this is the current position after knight c6. Well, it's a pawn, right? It's just it's a matter of technique, as they say in the movies.
That is, they don't say that in the movies.
No, they don't. They should do though.
They should mention more technique.
Can't you imagine Marlon Brando saying that?
In The Godfather, it's a matter of technique.
It's just a matter of technique. I think that works.
I think it does work.
I think they're gonna have to remake it, right? Yes.
Marlon Brando's dead, though, right?
Yeah, we'll have to remake it with you as Marlon Brando.
Yeah, then that would definitely work.
Yeah. Levon Aroni has beaten Peter Svidler. What has Peter done? Well, he's got crushed,
You get
right?
crushed. It
Yeah.
looks like you get really badly crushed.
Peter's been given a bit of a whopping there, I think, yeah. That's what I like.
G4.
Caveman
Levon loves to
style.
play G4.
He
It's
does.
his favorite move. G4, G5. I talked to him about this. Since he plays G4 so much, I was claiming there was a serious weakness he had in his play, that he wants to go G4 so badly in every position. And he was kind of agreeing, but he says he normally finds reasons to justify it. I'm sure he did here. It's probably G5 is coming, looks quite strong. There is G5.
You just crushed him, right?
He's pretty good at chess.
Oh, just sacrificed a knight, no problem. And Queen E5.
Some nasty mate threats on the long diagonal. And yeah, that's all she wrote. Peter, the sportsman that he is, well, I would play on time probably. He just resigns when he's lost, you know. But also playing on time is a lot tougher with this new time control, because they get 2 seconds increment. It's not like in the old days where Blitz was 5-0 and you could just try to flag in the end.
The guy, right.
It's really a bit sad.
Grishchuk has beaten Caruana, he converted his
Grishchuk won.
extra pawn. Anish has beaten Karyakin. And if we go right to the top, should we see the Kramnik game? And Vladimir Kramnik did dispose of Seaman Agiston. We didn't even have time to check that one.
Fast and furious.
It was really fast. Remember, this is just the Blitz. This is a bit of fun, bit of a warm-up. But yeah, there's still pride on the line. These guys don't like to lose, ever, really.
I hate losing a Blitz game. I lost a Blitz game to you the other day, and I really felt...
Lost a couple, right?
Oh, that was terrible.
Lost a couple and drew one, right?
I won a couple as well, but...
Yeah. You didn't.
It must feel like if Kramnik had lost that game to Akhtarstein, right? I mean, like
must feel the same, right?
No, I'm kidding.
No, that looks like a good win for... You're not kidding. That looks like a good win for Kramnik. So we're now going to load up round 2. They should be starting pretty soon, right?
I think a game starts every 15 minutes, so it's going to be fast and furious. Maybe in 2-3 minutes the next rounds will start. Right. Let's get it loaded. You're the technology expert. I'll let you take care of the loading.
Oh, right, yeah.
Upload the next round.
We'll upload the next round. And what we'll do is get that on the screen. Let's see if we've got the...
It's very impressive how you can hold your own with the computers.
Absolutely.
You're a digital native. Is that what they call you?
If I were from digital, then yeah, I suppose I would be.
Oh my God. We're only going to be here for 2 weeks. This is not the worst joke you're going to hear, don't you worry.
Of course. Guys, remember to send us your tweets.
Please.
Please, we want to hear you. Hashtag C24Live. We'd like to hear from you. We like our audience. We're here for you guys. Without you, we're nothing. Right? Well, I mean, Jan's still a very strong grandmaster, and I'm still a very weak international master. But without you, this show wouldn't be possible. So please send us some tweets. Maybe have we got any tweets so far, Mr. Producer? No tweets, guys. Come on.
No one's talking to us.
What's going on? We want to hear from you. Who do you think is going to win the tournament? Remember, there is...
I think my mom and dad are watching the show for sure. Maybe they don't know how to use Twitter, but, you know, just to get some...
Mr. and Mrs. Gustafsson, please go to twitter.com and read the help instructions.
They're not digital natives. They might struggle with a Twitter thing, you know?
Gotcha.
So let's talk about something important. Who's going to win this tournament?
Who's going to win it? Jan.
I would take the field against Magnus Carlsen in this one.
Me too, but you can do that online, can't you?
Because I think Magnus Carlsen is a favorite against the field, according to the bookmakers. I read our preview, and it says for Magnus Carlsen was less than 2-1, 175-1. And I'm not sure. He's basically won every tournament, so it's foolish to bet against him. But there's also everybody else is there, right?
I don't know. I always find like the odds that they make for these tournaments. I can't believe Vladimir Kramnik is 12-1.
For example,
you know, this is a guy who's won everything.
Levan Aronian is 6-1. Well, number 2 just scored a huge score in Vaikamzee.
Yeah, exactly. So the question is, are you going to be placing any bets here?
I think I'll try to get you into some action, but I'm not going to do anything officially.
We do like our little prop bets, our side bets, right? Me and you.
We do. I think Norwegian natives or nationals or whatever, they can bet on the live games going on, which we haven't had in chess for a while.
That's fantastic.
I think the sponsor,
wow,
No Logo, aka Unibet, I think they allow you to bet on the games live.
Goodness me. You can make a fortune.
You can make a fortune.
Crikey.
I was with another famous chess player when we were watching like 10 years ago the Kramnik-Leko match. There was this one game where the computer says Kramnik is winning, but if you look a bit, it turns out Leko is winning, some sharp marshal, which Leko won with black. Wow. And those were the days when you could still bet on live games online. Really? That was a really good moment.
Did you make a lot of money?
Not me, the other famous chess player I was with did very well.
Wow, fantastic. All right, so we're just waiting for round 2 now of this Blitz. Should be starting any minute. I quite like, if I have to go for it, I mean, of course, I'm never going to bet against Magnus Carlsen because I've learned my lesson.
You just said you were willing to take the field against Magnus Carlsen.
I mean, yeah, of course I'll take the field against Magnus Carlsen, but I wouldn't bet outright against Magnus. So, for example, if you gave me a heads up, would I pick Magnus Carlsen or another? I would have to pick Magnus Carlsen.
Obviously, yes.
But what I'm trying to say is, if I had to pick a dark horse, an outsider who is in form, I think Fabiano Caruana.
Is he a dark horse? I don't think he's a dark horse anymore.
He's a dark horse. He's still about. I mean, remember we've got Alexander. I mean, look at this, Alexander Grishuk. Everybody.
He's a real dark horse.
He's a dark horse, but he's number 3 in the world.
Exactly.
You know, and nobody talks about him. But when was the last time Grishuk won a big tournament like this?
He doesn't have a huge track record of winning super tournaments. No. He did win Linares once, a couple of years back. I can't remember the date. But also, he hasn't played that many, really. He hasn't been blessed with invitations to super tournaments as much as a lot of the other guys. We have a tweet. We shouldn't ignore tweets when we have one. Axel Armour is asking, can we hear your bets for who will take the Blitz tournament?
Oh, wow.
Whom do we like? I like Aronian in Blitz. I like Magnus Carlsen because he's Magnus Carlsen.
Grishuk's solid in Blitz.
Grishuk is a great Blitz player. I think that's my 3 favorites, actually. Yeah.
Okay.
Aronian, Carlsen, Grishuk.
Not Seaman Agistain?
I'm not sure. I've played Blitz with Seaman. He's pretty good. He's very resourceful and very fast. Yeah. But he will be an underdog in most formats against these guys, as it tends to happen to players of my or Seaman's rating category. When you face off with a world top, it is a different level, and it's going to be very interesting to see how Seaman fits in. Used to be a, I'm not quite sure, world top 15, top 10 almost player long time ago, and has certainly been doing all right recently. But yeah, we'll see how he fares here. It's going to be a very interesting subplot for sure.
Let's go to kayaking Grishuk, and we have a... Oh, it's transposed into a bishop b5 check Sicilian, knight d7 variation, all very topical. a6, bishop d3, Caruana's move, introduced it a couple of years back.
That line, yeah.
Looks very...
We talked about this line.
We did talk about this. Looks very
G6, strong move here.
G6 might be a strong move here. Weird putting the bishop back on d3, but the idea is to go c3, bishop c2, and d4 and play.
Peter Svidler played knight e5 here against Magnus Carlsen and got a losing position right off the bat after takes and b3.
Right.
We did have another tweet, right? Someone was wondering about the format. Cole, sorry for the mispronunciations, is asking, will the champion of this Blitz tournament get any color advantage in the main tournament? Yeah, that is pretty much the purpose why a lot of super tournaments have these Blitzes now. It determines the seating order, which really means the first 5 guys will get one more white than black, and the last 5 will get one more black than white. And white is a serious advantage in such a tournament, so guys will be motivated to finish in the first half.
And we've got here a kind of...
Looks Spanish all of a sudden.
It's kind of turned into a Spanish structure. Queen takes a8 on the board. It's pretty level, I would say.
Very typical stuff. Yeah. b5 could turn into a weakness after something like b4 and knight a3. But black tends to have his own chances. Castles, g6, knight h5, the typical plan.
Yeah. But
knight a3 has been played.
Knight a3 played. In the balance, though, isn't it? Let's go to another game here. Caruana Aronian. And we've got, oh, look at this boring mainline Berlin stuff.
We'll have a lot of boring mainline Berlins all through the tournaments.
Are you looking forward to them? I am.
I don't mind them.
Oh,
it's a bit of the new Petrov, the Berlin. And guys, yeah, they're not really looking to go for the ending, probably especially not in Blitz, so we'll see quite a bit of these 4 d3s like here. Aronian, being a martial player, he likes to push d5 whenever he gets the chance. I lost a very, very similar, almost identical position to Caruana in a tournament game.
Really?
I didn't exchange queens because I was scared of an ending like that, so I went queen f6, first chance I got. But he did kind of crush me.
Question from DJ Brit. Now, I assume that's because he's a DJ, or maybe his name is Dick James or something. Anyway, DJ, tell us if
one
you're
of our regular tweeters.
He is a
don't
regular.
offend him.
We never know if he's a proper DJ though.
That is true.
Is gambling on chess on the rise? Have gambling companies sponsored super tournaments before? Very, very, very interesting question. I know that gambling on chess has been around for a few years now. It's not completely new. But the format that Jan was talking about before about gambling in play, I think that's something that...
I thought it was on the decline. When I was a young man, like 10 years ago really, this was a lot more common. First of all, because computers were weaker and I think gambling companies hadn't fully figured it out. But then it kind of disappeared, probably with the rise of the computers. And because also inside information can go quite a long way in chess, so maybe they didn't really like it. Regarding sponsoring a tournament, I'm not quite sure. I'm sure some of these poker companies have sponsored some chess events in the past. But to have a betting company as a main sponsor of a super tournament,
so. No,
I can't recall.
I can't think of any major gambling company. I know later this year there's the Poker Stars Isle of Man tournament, so that's a poker site sponsoring a tournament. But in terms of a Bet365 or a big bookmakers, can't think of any. So I think it's good. I think it's good for chess. I think it adds a bit of excitement, and I think the special offers they're going to be making they'll have all these kind of offers on the Unibet site. When will this?
I haven't been there after.
For example, when will this game end? Which move will it end? Etc. Etc.
It's already paying off. All we're talking about is Unibet, no logo, Norway chess.
That's right. Let's go to some games very quickly. So, what's going on here? Still pretty.
This is boring.
Pretty level. Let's go somewhere else. Ajestein Topalov. This is a position on the board.
Oh, Seaman is crushing him.
Seaman is winning.
He's a couple of pawns up, isn't he?
He's 1, 2, 3. He's 2 pawns up.
2 pawns.
We've now got this
is a lot of pawns.
Yeah, Seaman will win. He's good enough to win that. That'll be a nice little victory against Topalov, who
is a weak Blitz player, by the way. He's a decent rapid player, but he's always done badly in Blitz, and he doesn't like these events. It's quite strange.
Right. Carlsen Giri, let's go to the world champion.
Oh, this looks like some kind of theory battle in the Grunfeld. Not sure how much of a theory battle it is, but it's certainly a sharp position. And once again, it looked like the world champion might come out on top here.
What's going on? He's
trying to count the pawns, which I tend to struggle with. They're equal. This is a moment of silence for us counting material.
So it looks good for white though, right? I mean,
it does look good for white.
Knight d5 is strong.
Knight d5 is a nice move.
Threatens the house, doesn't it? He played knight c4, this guy.
Yeah, also a nice move, planning to make his way to d6.
Yeah.
That's what these super strong players do. They improve their pieces, Like, I'd be happy knight is sitting pretty on b6. But he wants it on d6, even prettier.
Advantage Carlsen there. Let's go to Kramnik's Fiddler.
Giri, by the way, the only player in the field who has a plus score against Carlsen and has never lost to Carlsen.
That's unbelievable.
Won a game, drew 4 games.
Wow.
So Magnus Carlsen, kind of tongue-in-cheek, he said he was disappointed to hear Giri was the last participant because Giri did not respect his authority and had the annoying habit to beat him. We'll see how it goes here, though. Sure, Magnus will be pretty motivated against him. Seaman Aktestein has won against Veselin Topalov in the meantime. Giri put his queen into the corner. And
this is Kramnik's Fiddler, yeah.
Peter's Fiddler.
Well, he's never winning.
Worse.
Yeah. He will win this pawn on... Oh, no, he didn't win the pawn. He didn't. He's got a bit of a defensive task here, hasn't he? But probably...
it's 2 against 1 on the queen side. I think he's in serious trouble.
Yeah.
Bishop e2, f4, bring the king, and then at his convenience, Kramnik will push his queenside pawns once he's fully prepared. No, I don't envy his task here, especially with limited time. Such positions are always so much harder to defend than to improve, right?
Karyakin Grishchuk. What's going on here? Well, Grishchuk looks like he's doing all right on the night.
We have more questions. RW is saying, where are Ivanchuk and Gelfand lately? Is Anand simply the last relevant player from that generation? I wouldn't say that. First of all, it depends how you define that generation. And Gelfand, I think he's had a great 2013, winning like 3 super tournaments, so we can't really write him off. And Ivanchuk is as always super active. He just played in Cuba, didn't do well, but he's always had his ups and downs. And I think he's still capable of beating anybody on his day, isn't he?
Well, absolutely.
I guess it's too early to say, but of course there is a new generation with the Caruanas, Carlsens, Aronian. Now, Aronian's a bit older nowadays, isn't he? Giri, that weren't so present in super tournaments, which for 15 years it really was that generation, plus the Kramnik, Topalov generation. And it has changed a bit now. But no, I wouldn't write them off. And we're, once again, very politically correct, praising everybody.
We are.
Which is what we do on this show.
Peter Sviller just threw in the towel.
He resigned already? He was sick of his position.
He just thought...
Typical Sviller.
Yeah, he was so sick of his position. Don't try this at home, ladies and gentlemen. If you have this position as black in a real game, please don't resign, because White still has a bit of work to do, but Peter would have probably been so disgusted with his play. He just didn't fancy playing, but please do not do that yourself. Let's go to Carlsen. Well, Giri's
hanging in there, but Carlsen does have the B pawn, which he will push as far as he can. Can't do it yet because the bishop on c6 would be hanging, so should move that guy. I'm not quite sure where. I want to go to f3, but then g4 chase him away. Maybe b7, that blocks his own pawn.
Well, we've now got this position. Wow. Looks like it's good drawing chances for Anish. She's got a blockade now.
Yeah,
on
looks
b6.
Like Giri should be alright.
Giri looks like he's okay. Let's go see if there's any other results.
Caruana also has
Grishchuk. Looks like Grishchuk is doing just fine. He's going to play king d3 and he's never losing that, probably winning.
Question is if he can win this one.
Probably.
He is the one pressing at least.
Caruana Aronian is probably a theoretical draw.
I think it is actually, yeah. King to g7.
Or g7.
Yeah, g6, g7. Whenever there's b7, White can't really make progress. And what I like about king g7 is it gives us decent winning chances. After king g7, king h5 looks like a natural move. And checkmate.
Yeah, that's a draw. That's actually just ended. So, good draw there for Aronian. And Carlsen, well, he's managed to turn the screw and just does it somehow. It really annoys me. How does he manage to do it? Do you have any idea, Jan?
I think Grishuk's explanation was pretty good. Grishuk said he's just quite good at chess.
Yeah.
I think that sums it up.
Right.
What's the Twitter sphere telling us?
Let's see. We've got a tweet here from Evan De Filippis.
He wants us to increase... Could you guys maybe increase the number of semen puns during commentary?
This is a child-friendly production, Mr. Filippis, De Filippis. So we will use puns where we find them adequate.
I didn't get it. Does he mean like the X-Men, the semen? Okay, we'll leave it at that.
We'll leave it at that. We did have a win, Grishchuk. He was my... I'm going with it. I told you.
You can't go with him now that he has 2 out of 2.
No, I said before this round I was going with Grishchuk.
No, you didn't. You said he's a good Blitz player or something.
Yeah, I'm going with him. That means I'm going with him.
He's your boy.
Karyakin on... I think he's lost both, actually, Karyakin, so far. So on 2 out of 2 there, Grishchuk. Kramnik on 2 out of 2. Adjestein on 1 out of 2. Topalov on 0. Caruana, I think, on 1.5 with Aronian. Or is Caruana on 1? How did he end the first round? It's always very difficult to...
It is tough. We can bother our producer if he can find us some standings after the games, but we're not sure. The action is moving so quickly.
Yeah.
We'll do what we can.
And in this game here...
Which game is that? Carlsen, Giri... Not that easy, but rook a8 kind of stalemates our pieces a little bit, doesn't it? And king c7, just bring the king over to f4, go after the weak pawns. Looks like pretty good winning chances for Carlsen. Could even start with king f4, doesn't even need rook a8.
Yeah, it looks like we've had a bit of a pause in the action there. We'll have to see if we can get an update from that game.
We'll find out. Is that the only game still running?
Yeah, and we haven't got any
error,
moves.
so unfair. I wouldn't bet against Carlsen in that one. Probably it is over as well. In the meantime, we do have tweets. Axel Armour is very active. Thanks for that. He's asking, is Anand avoiding Carlsen? He gets the feel. I get the feeling he is. Where will they meet again pre-championship?
I heard they've got a lovely little dinner date at Vapiano's.
Vapiano, you like that place,
I do
yeah?
like Vapiano, yeah. Candlelight and everything. So that's their... I think they're going to share a nice bottle of red. Candlelight.
Both big drinkers, Anand and Carlsen.
Yeah, huge drinkers. Oh, yeah. They make George Best look like an amateur. No, they... I don't know when they're going to meet.
I don't think they will meet.
No.
The big question, of course, is when and where will the World Championship match be? I haven't heard any news recently that if they found a location or a date, even it was supposed to be this year in September, no, in November. But that's not very far ahead, so there's a fair chance the match will get postponed, which in turn would increase their chance of meeting again. So the first part of the question, I'm not sure if Anand is really avoiding Carlsen. I don't think that would be his priority. He probably has stuff going on. I think he did decline the Norway chess invitation. I don't know the reasons. Do you have a theory?
Not particularly, no. I don't know exactly why Rishi would decline it. But clearly we're all waiting to see if this is all going to happen in November. There's been a huge controversy about it, and of course the other thing that's going on, perhaps even more relevantly if we're talking about the future of chess, without trying to besmirch Carlsen's name, is the FIDE presidency, the elections taking place at the Olympiad, which of course we will be covering here on Chess24. We're going to have extensive coverage on the website through the broadcast and so on, but there is the presidency, the elections for the next president. Garry Kasparov, the former world number one, former world champion, greatest player ever, arguably, fighting it out this time in politics against Carlsen, Ilumzhinov. And actually, from what I hear, for the people I've spoken to,
what's the word on the street?
The word on the street is that this is by far the greatest challenge against Carlsen's
closest election
of all time. They're very confident, the Kasparov camp. They're saying that they're going to win a lot of confidence. He has been travelling all over the place, hasn't he? He's been visiting every country in the world, it seems, as part of his campaign trail. So we'll see. I think he could bring a lot to the game. I think it's going to be very interesting indeed. In the meantime, round 3 is kicked off. We will get a result on the Carlsen-Giri. Please actually let us know, because the transmission stopped. They were probably playing so fast that it was missed. So we're on to round 3 already. 9 rounds of this Blitz tournament. Please let us know what happened in the Carlsen game. Talking about Carlsen, he's got black here against Grishtuk, and we have a
kind of a... I never know the name of this. The Ragozin, Leuven, Tal, something. Bishop f4. Actually, yeah, this is... I won't have time to talk a lot about theory. Blitz banter. Bishop f4, Bishop b4. Bit of an offbeat line here. We've seen a lot of dc4 in this position. But Carlsen likes going a little offbeat every now and then, especially in Blitz. cd, ed, e3, knight e4. I think Grisha will probably spot this threat against his knight on c3 and defend with queen c2. Could be that Carlsen wants to go g5, h5.
Wow.
You think?
Why not? It's Blitz. I would play that in Blitz. So I wouldn't even think about it.
I think even in a tournament game you might want to play that. H4 is a very serious threat. I think this is actually a line. And it has been played, queen c2, g5.
Wow.
Very interesting.
Svidla Caruana. We've got a weird English hybrid mongrel.
What? Mongol?
Mongrel.
Mongrel?
Yeah.
What was it?
It's 2 dogs that mate. They make a new dog. A new species.
Is that a name for a chess opening? A mongrel?
I don't know. Maybe we could make it a chess opening. The mongrel.
So we have an English bird hybrid mongrel. Is that what you're saying?
Something along those lines, yeah.
I have no idea what's going on, but I like d5. Kind of the old Fischer theory. Don't move pieces there. Attack an opponent's piece instead.
That's right. Somehow his king's gone
things have gone even crazier. E takes f3, d takes c6, queen e7, misplacing the queen but forcing king d2. I like white's position here. I think it might just be crushing him. The king is not doing so badly on c2, rook e1, bishop d3. I think queen e7 was too much of a gamble. Could be that Caruana is not a very strong blitz player. I'm not sure about this. I'm just throwing the thesis out there.
He beat me quite convincingly at the London Chess Classics.
Okay.
So he must be
then
super strong.
I'll eat my words.
I don't know. No, he must be quite decent still. You would have thought.
No, of course. All of these guys are pretty decent, but he wouldn't strike me as a blitz specialist.
Very possibly. Let's move on.
Where to? Oh, that's my favorite opening right here. Aronian Kayaki in the Exchange Slav. Ever exciting. I've played a lot of Exchange Slav recently. I hope we get some in the tournament.
Really?
Bishop f4, very precise move order. Okay, I won't bore you with details.
Please don't bore us with the details.
I'll do at some point.
Even I've played this position with
I've had this position recently. Bishop h5, even this. Dude played bishop d6 here, I believe. It's a beautiful line, right? Nothing's really happening, and you slowly hint at b4, knight c5,
horrible chess.
hoping that he takes, and then one day the weakness on b7.
Oh.
It's your style of chess, really, the English school of chess, the Exchange Slav.
Yeah.
It is a lovely opening.
I did draw with it.
Rook e8, rook c1, bishop f8. Look at this lovely move, bishop g3, preparing knight f4, knight d3 to increase the control over the key squares. So much to learn. This is my favorite game of the tournament already, no matter what happens from here.
Great. Let's go to another game.
Of course not. Bishop g3, queen g5, knight f4, knight f6, queen b3, also very nice move. Pinpointing the weakness on b7, knight e4, rook c2 back. It's exciting stuff.
Yeah, it's thrilling.
I'll stop torturing you. What do you want to see?
Let's go to another game. Giri Agestine. We've got a kind of, a g3. Oh, very nice, yep.
We really see all the half offbeats but playable lines today, right? Like this g3 in this position. Been played quite a bit by Magnus Carlsen even.
Yep.
I'll just click through it.
Yeah, we get an IQP position where black is very active.
Can you explain for the viewers out there what IQP is?
Yeah, it's not like IQ, which is something that I lack severely, but IQP means isolated queen's pawn, and Jan's going to highlight that nice, and there you go. So we get a lot of positions where nice in blue or red, you're very colourful today. You get these positions, and traditionally with the isolated queen's pawn positions, if you could define it, the side with the isolated queen's pawn normally has a very active position, very dynamic play. The side facing the isolated queen's pawn is normally structurally in much better shape. That's a long-term strength, and the whole battle revolves around whether you can snub out the activity of your opponent, and if you manage to do that, if you manage to quell any sort of attack that the isolated queen's pawn has, then you have this long-term pressure against the pawn and superior endgame chances. Is that
really shouldn't be dropping wisdom like that for free, right? We have to charge people for insights like
was
those.
Was that okay? Was that quite?
Yeah, I think
it's not bad, right?
Well, there's one thing I would argue with, that not always the side with the isolated queen's pawn does have very active play. I mean, he should get very active play,
right,
to strive for it, to compensate for the weakness. That's not always happening. And yeah, nowadays sometimes also used as a bit of a defensive tactic. Like here we don't see any super active black play, but he says, yeah, I have squares for my pieces. I have one weakness. I'll live, you know?
Yeah, I suppose so.
But I do agree with everything.
Everything
you said.
Okay. Yeah, and this is. I mean, Anish is a bit better here, isn't he?
Yeah, he's in trouble. Especially a5 might have been premature, giving up this b5 square.
Yeah.
And now, yeah, I can't paint arrows, but Anish can put a knight on b5, put the other one here. d5 pawn remains weak, and it's what I mentioned. Black would like to have active play, but I don't really see it here.
Well, that's what I'm saying. When the side doesn't have active play, suddenly the big position comes really difficult to play.
Right.
So you've just got a weakness that you have to defend. Let's go to another game. Let's go to Topalov.
Grudge match.
Battle of the... Well, remember they had this huge controversy in their World Championship match. Feels like an eternity ago now.
It's been a while ago. When was it? 2006?
2006, I think it was, yeah. Long, nearly 10 years, my goodness.
Time flies when you're watching chess, right?
Or not, as many other people, as many people would say. But we've got a position here, Topalov. Let's go to this one. Queen takes b5 on the board. And Kramnik pushing, maybe wants to go g4.
It's always personal with these guys. Kramnik has a perpetual, but he's not going to take it unless he really has to. Right? He wants to queen his pawn. He has gone g4.
I'd be a bit worried here in a Blitz game if I was white.
Yeah.
Because I think it's easier to draw this with black. Oh, it is a draw.
Well, white has his trump as well, right?
It's a draw, yeah. It's just been agreed a draw. I think they repeated. Anyway, that's a draw. So
DJ Britt is saying the mongrel is 1 d4 e5, which is not true. Everybody knows that 1 d4 e5
the England gambit
is the hard rock gambit.
The hard rock gambit?
I call it the hard rock gambit.
The England gambit.
No.
No?
I think the real name is the Hartlaub gambit, named after a real dude. And so we started calling it the hard rock gambit.
Oh my goodness, okay.
But there's a lot of controversy about opening names normally, because people just use random names.
Let's go and see the world champion. How is he doing?
Anish Giri. He is in great shape.
He's not the world champion.
He's not?
Not yet. Might be one day.
He's one of the guys with a shot, right?
Absolutely.
We're friends of Anish Giri at this little show. Why, actually? He's never done anything nice.
I don't know, he's never done anything. He's just beaten Ajestein. Rook d8 played, but it doesn't matter. He's thrown in the towel. So...
Why would you throw in the towel here? Maybe it's like people lose on time and we don't see it here. But it looks like a lot of premature resignations.
Let's go to the other games, Jan. We're missing out on the other games.
We are missing out on fast and furious action. Live on our own, Jan.
Totally busted against Karyakin. Rook e8 wins on the spot. And
I like queen c1.
Yeah, that's also
check.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah. Karyak, what's he do?
What happened?
He's still totally winning. Yeah.
Same trick, yeah.
Yeah, Aronian. And what's going on in this one? Svidler actually, Peter won.
Yeah, this opening was really a disaster for Mr. Fabiano. Peter a pawn up and a very active position actually. Rook e1, nice move, king b1.
Yeah, put the king in the corner. Ooh.
This will end badly. Oof. You don't see that in classical chess with these guys all that often. But in Blitz, things can happen. Yeah. Peter is a very good Blitz player.
He is. Let's go up. Let's see what happened in... Well, Grishtuk Carlsen is a draw. So my punt for the day, Grishtuk, is still...
He's doing all right. What's he got? 2.5 out of 3.
Yeah.
Drawing
Carlsen
might
do. We still don't know the result of the second round. Please
tweet
us.
What's going on.
The result of the second round, the Carlsen game. We never got that through. Hashtag C24 live.
I think we can probably try to find out, can't we?
We probably can.
No, but then people won't see our pretty faces anymore. Exactly. We can't risk that.
We can't risk that, exactly.
There. We have
he
scores.
Is on 2.5.
There we go.
There you go. He did win. So,
Kramnik, Grishuk, Carlsen on 2.5 out of 3.
Yep. Giri on a solid 2, Levon Aronian on 50%, Ajestein on 1, and at the bottom of the table we've got Topalov, who must be on...
Can we scroll down a bit, Mr. Producer?
Yeah. Topalov must be on half. Karyakin on 1 and Peter Svidler
also on 1. Maybe this doesn't include all the recent results.
We'll bring that up once they all come in.
We'll keep you posted. Thanks a lot, producer. That's really helpful. Shall we call him producer or Jose? I think he likes
Jose
producer.
The producer.
Jose the producer?
Producer.
He
Okay.
likes producer. That's what I'm telling
producer.
you.
I like it. If we can very quickly now just get the next round up. Remember, guys, this is Fast and Furious stuff.
I've seen the latest Fast and the Furious movie. It really wasn't that good. Furious 6. I felt like the plot had some logical shortcomings.
They normally do the Fast and Furious movies, don't they?
No, the first two at least made perfect sense to me, but was disappointing.
Absolutely. All right, so round 4. Any big Carlson Aronian must be game of the round.
Let's cover that one.
World number 1 versus world number 2.
Excruciating detail.
So far, the position is pretty equal. Not much going on.
What's Levon Aronian been up to? He had a disappointing candidates, of course. Played with us after that in Bundesliga. Scored 2.5 out of 3. Helped the lovely Baden-Baden team win its 9th title in a row. Then, where has he been? I think he's a big traveller, right? Has he been to Australia or someplace?
I think he's been hanging out with his missus, hasn't he, for a bit?
I don't know. But yeah, I think he likes to travel around a bit. I saw a picture on Twitter where he had a broken nose or something.
Really?
I think, yeah, he was in Armenia and thanked the doctors of the Erebuni hospital for fixing his nose.
Wow, I didn't know he had a broken nose. Goodness. Well, how did he do that?
I don't know if it was broken, but check his Twitter feed. He
Maybe
had
it was
a funny looking picture. Most likely he was looking for a career in chess boxing.
Absolutely. You'd be quite good at that, yeah.
Yeah, the boxing
I
part.
mean, no, the boxing part. I mean, the chess part, not so much, but the boxing, with your level of fitness that you currently have.
It is pretty amazing what
I think
shape I am. I drink a lot of water, which really helps.
I think you'd last at least a few seconds before being completely... Anyway.
I have contemplated it.
Have you?
No.
No. You're quite tall though, so you should really. You're tall and thin, so what do you weigh? You don't weigh that much, do you? What do you weigh?
I honestly don't know. I don't have a scale. But I think I weigh a lot.
About
like
100
80.
kilos.
Nah, come on. 85 maybe?
Really?
Yeah.
You're so skinny. Right, so we're waiting for these guys to kick off. They will kick off any minute. As you know, what is this, round 4 already? We're nearly halfway through. Approaching the halfway point in the tournament. It's all systems go.
We're not really going anywhere.
We're not going anywhere. No, tomorrow from 3:30. Remember, we're going to have the proper tournament starts. That's when the real business begins. We have to be at our very best.
It's going to be a fun tournament.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be great.
5 games every day, which is nice. 8 out of the top 10. I keep saying that. I'm not even sure it's true, but I am sure it's a very strong tournament. Is our boy Svidler in the top 10? I'm not quite sure he's in. So. He's probably like number 13, 14 in the world. Not that sure, but we have moves between 2 guys where we're pretty sure they're in the top 10. Magnus Carlsen, Levon Aronian.
Seeing this a lot, aren't we?
Once again, the Ragozin. C takes D, E takes D, Bishop G5. The theoretical main line here, but Carlsen might surprise us. Is he thinking here? How can you think here? You don't have time to think, Magnus. It's Blitz. We've also seen lots of G3.
Karyakin's Fiddler. More G3.
Our producer is doing something. We should never ignore the producer when he wants something. What's going on? Yeah, that's fine. I think he's actually giving me a computer so I can read stuff on the side, which is nice. Because sometimes I get bored while talking about the Blitz games and I like to check something here. In our Twitter feed, for example.
I'll tell you what, I'll take over the mouse.
With the Twitter feed now.
Yeah, you
I'll
take
see you guys later.
Let's see what happened here. So we had knight c3, bishop b4, c5, bishop h6, bishop h4, g5, bishop g3, knight e4. So this is an older line where white can give up the pawn, but after rook c1 gets a lot of play. In fact, look at this, rook c1.
I know this line. I spend a lot of time on this line in my days.
Right.
That's all I have to say about it.
Okay. So what's going on here, Jan? Have you seen this position before?
I don't think you're supposed to go rook takes c7. I think you're supposed to go bishop takes c7, and white is better. So maybe Magnus mixed up the moves a little bit. Here I think black is probably kind of okay. After e3 the bishop will go somewhere, and there's not that much to fear for black really in this position. I think he's fine. I think Carlsen mixed up the moves or has not studied this line in detail. Bishop takes c7 is critical.
Right.
Kayakin Svidler, nah, it's just a random position, isn't it?
Kayakin Svidler, random position. Let's just go to another game.
Topalov-Giri looked like fun.
Yeah,
we can see all the games on the left. That's why we're constantly contemplating where to go.
Let's quickly look at this one. And, well, Caruana looks like he's all right on the knight. Sacrifice pawn, if he can win back, he's going to be fine. So Kramnik probably has to go queen b3 to protect everything.
Or knight f4.
Or knight f4. That always runs into some g5.
Yeah, but then I go back and g5 is
It's a weakness, yeah. Knight f4.
Could be possible as well.
Interesting. Kramnik, what's going on here in Ajestein? Grishchuk.
I think this is also kind of theory. b5, quite an aggressive move. Maybe Grishchuk showing some home preparation. Maybe he's really serious about this tournament.
Look at this.
b5, knight b5, c5. This very much looks like home cooking.
It does, doesn't it?
Now knight e4.
No, he played knight a6.
Knight a6, taking it slow. Maybe he's just making stuff up.
Yeah.
2 pawns down, that's the other option.
You are 2 pawns down, yeah. But in Blitz, anything can happen. Let's go back to Topalov.
Yeah, what happened here? There was
really
a weird
interesting
position.
move. There was. We'll whiz through the moves here. We've got a kind of, I don't know what this is. This is, it's just some random Sicilian. Looked like white was doing all right, then played this move.
g4.
G4.
Once again, vintage Topalov, you know, he never has to be provoked to push
And
any
G5,
pawn really.
But, you know.
Planning to capture that bishop.
Oh,
But
I think
that's a nice
been
little resource.
That's nice. E5. Probably missed that, right?
Well, still not horrible for white, but yeah, his plan of winning the bishop did not really work out. Here black should probably be alright. Queen f5, knight to c6. No real problems, are there? Nah, I think it's fine.
Karyakin, Svidler. Karyakin a lot better here. Got this big bishop on d5. Svidler very weak on the light squares.
Yeah, this looks like a strategic masterpiece. Did he just blunder a piece? Oh no, here, d takes e does cover the bishop on c3.
Looks like that's gone a bit wrong. Looks like he was doing well before, and it's...
Yeah, he must have missed this e4.
Yeah.
But what is going on? d, e, f, e?
D, E, F, E. You can just take, and you can just do this.
Yeah, okay. But it looks like black is kind of back in the
Yeah,
game.
black's fine. I think black's fine. I think black's
Fast-paced action here. Are these really the moves played so far? I struggle to believe that. I'm guessing there is a technical issue with Carlsen Aronian. Would be strange if in a blitz match they spent all their time on
yeah,
the
no,
opening moves.
we already had some, so we're just going to try and get that back, because it seems as though we have lost connectivity. A bit like when you go into a tunnel with your phone.
Do you lose connectivity in tunnels? I never have any reception in any train, so I don't even realize.
It's...
Do you have a scientific explanation for why you lose connectivity in the tunnels?
It's all about chemistry. And
I think it is.
I don't mean about me and you.
I understand that. We've established that. It's not all about chemistry with us.
It's about literally chemistry.
Okay.
You know, what goes into the batteries and what goes into the reception. And,
you don't really have a clue, right? I mean, like,
science.
yeah, science stuff.
It's about science. I'm not a scientist. I thought I would be a scientist one day. When I was a kid, I really loved science.
I thought you were a scientist.
No, I'm not. Are you?
I'm not really a scientist.
What are you?
It's a very good question.
It is.
I'm still struggling to find my role in this world.
Me too. Join the club. Let's go to some games. We've got them back up. Kramnik, Caruana, and...
This looks like normal chess. Normal Norway chess.
Normal chess.
Some weaknesses on the queen side for Caruana. The knight on a4 is a bit awkward. He wants to go to c5, but the bishop is already on c5. Maybe bishop d7, pronouncing that very problem. Looks like Fabiano is doing fine here.
Yes.
And once again, as you described earlier, an isolated pawn is an isolated pawn.
An isolated pawn is an isolated pawn. Grishchuk, my bet for the tournament, how's he doing?
I think
Blitz
he's
tournament.
in decent shape. Could go either way. He's still 2 pawns down, but looks like he has all kinds of active moves.
And White can't get his pieces out. How's he ever going to get this piece out?
You'd take black in a heartbeat here,
in
right?
a heartbeat. In a heartbeat.
What is the producer doing? Did you see that? There's all kinds of crazy stuff going on behind the chessboard. No, you guys can't see it, but he's doing some creepy things behind the chessboard, I can tell you that much.
I'll tell you who's doing some creepy things on the chessboard, Anish Giri.
What is he doing?
He's in good form, is Anish. He looks like he's crushing Topalov here.
Topalov is really, he's not a blitz specialist, I mean. He will have trouble, and probably he doesn't mind all that much having 5 blacks in the tournament either. He's always been a good black player, Topalov.
Yeah.
Like with the Najdorf or the Semi-Slav, he's had so many ideas all over the place with black as well.
Probably doesn't mind. Just
So
wants to
he
get
probably...
this tournament out of the way. Rookie 5 wins a pawn minimum for black.
Yeah, this looks very nice for Mr. Anish Giri.
His king is safe as White is way overextended. Again, we see another pawn from Topalov on g5. How many times do we see this? His g pawn rolling up the board, then him getting punished.
Yeah, he overdoes a little bit sometimes. And it's not limited to the g pawn. He also pushed the other guy, the b pawn.
What about Magnus Carlsen, the world champion? He knows a thing or two.
Did he win an exchange somewhere along the way?
What happened? Yeah, he did somehow. Let's whiz through the moves. We saw bishop takes d4, e3, bishop g7, h4. Good move, just chipping away. Knight b4. The rook now came to c7, and whoops.
Jason Bushell on Twitter. As you can see, I can secretly read all the Twitter tweets here. He says physics, not chemistry. I had the feeling like there wasn't chemistry in that moment.
No.
But he still likes the show. Thanks, Jason. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Jason. Bishop d6, knight c6. He won an exchange, no problem.
Aronian just blundered this double attack.
Yep. Amazing.
Maybe Carlsen really has this tall, hypnotizing vibe going.
We've had a pause in the moves.
Still not that clear, is it? Like his king on e1 needs a while to get into safety. Not sure. Doesn't look too bad for black to me.
Possibly not.
And we have like 800 moves since we last saw it.
No, that's a completely different game. Let's go straight there.
No, it was that game.
Oh, it was here? We've got this. This is right. Excuse me, let's go down.
Carlsen Aronian is like 800
Carlsen
new moves.
Aronian, 800 new moves. What on earth is going on?
Carlsen is still an exchange up, but Aronian has a pawn and he has 2 very lovely bishops. Yeah.
Looks alright for Levon now, doesn't it?
And I would never bet against Carlsen in an ending. He's an exchange up, but yeah, objectively I think should be close to equal. Dark squared bishop is really quite powerful.
Adjustine Grishchuk is Mr. Adjustine causing a bit of an upset here.
What is going on? Crazy
Goodness
position.
me.
I'm gonna need like an hour to count the pieces. It's equal pieces, but Adjustine still has the 2 pawns which Grishchuk gave him out of the opening. And king f8, he might have knight c6, but throwing a spanner in the works,
He
doesn't
is threatening everything, right, Grishchuk? I mean, he's threatening this, he's threatening this.
Yeah, but king f8, knight c6. Or king anywhere, knight c6. And then if I manage to exchange on d4, I will liquidate quite a bit.
Oh, wow, you're going to exchange. Wow. Yeah, you're right. Looks like Siemens all right. We have had a result. Topolov has ended in a draw.
Anish went for a perpetual. Interesting.
Solid. Svidler looks...
How does he look? He looks skinny nowadays. He
does
lost
look
like
skinny.
30 kilos compared to his peak. He's really became a healthy dude.
Yeah, we could all learn a lot.
Yeah, not only about healthy nutrition, but also about chess and cricket and TV shows. He's really useful source of information for pretty much anything, this Fiedler guy. And this position is, after buying some more time, probably a draw, right? He can give a lot of checks with his rook, rook g1, rook g2.
Yeah. I would tend to agree.
Right. We'll get to that tweet in a second, Mr. Producer. We'll shine through this exciting time trouble phase in the round here.
We're hoping for an update. I think they're moving so quick that we can't keep up with them. This is the Kramnik Caruana.
This is fine for black. No matter what the engine tells you or us, black can never lose this with a powerful bishop on d5.
Big bishop. Yeah.
I'd rather be black, actually. I mean, white shouldn't be worse either, but this is absolutely fine for black. So, Caruana, not going to lose this game, I don't think. Probably not going to win it either. Once again, Carlsen Aronian. The Carlsen game, probably because of all the attention, there's the most technical problems. Have you noticed? The Carlsen games are the ones that keep lagging behind a bit.
We're just hoping for an update here, ladies and gentlemen.
How many ladies do you think are watching the show? Or is it just a figure of speech?
I think we got like 4.
You think so?
Why, you want to lay a bet against me here? I mean,
it's going to be very hard to find out, I think.
That's true. We can't really.
So we can't bet on it. But we will find stuff to bet on these days.
Don't you owe me a pasta dinner?
Why would I owe you a pasta dinner?
You lost a big bet against me. Do you remember we bet on the Berlin being... Do you remember? The 2700 club? You were
pasta dinner does ring a bell, yeah. I might have to buy you.
You might have to buy me a pasta dinner at some point in the next 2 weeks.
Some lovely spaghetti from Morrison's. I think they have their own brand.
We have had a pause in the moves, guys, so probably means that all the games are finished. Well, they would have already finished by now.
Let's have a look at the standings, if we can.
Let's have a look at the
standings.
Mr. Producer.
We gotta make Jose work. I'm not sure what he's doing over there. There we go.
Hold on a second. They're coming back. So we can deduce by the standings. Kramnik did draw.
But I think those are before the round, most likely. We'll find out. Still, Kramnik, Grishuk, and Carlsen.
Yeah.
Kramnik wasn't one of our pre-tournament favorites, probably wrongly so. He's good at everything chess-related, isn't he? Giri, Aronian, Aktestein. Aktestein holding his own so far. Beat Topalov. Drew. Whom did he draw? I really have the memory of a goldfish.
He drew someone. It depends. We need to find out exactly what happened in this round.
We'll find out.
We'll find out in a minute.
And yeah, Topalov Caruana not doing so well so far.
Yeah. But all good fun. Remember, you can talk to us.
So who's the 5 guys we think are going to get white? Because this is really all that this tournament is about. 5 guys are trying to secure one more white than black game.
I would say... Yeah, let's pick the 5.
You want my list? Kramnik, Carlsen, Aronian, Grishuk. It's 4, right? You know what? I'll mention Peter Svidler.
Peter Svidler as well?
That's my list. What's yours?
I'm not sure about that. Oh, we're just going to try and get our content producer up as well. Seems to have... Oh, here we go. Oh, excuse me, not a...
Oh, GM Paco Vallejo. He's actually here, but that's not him.
That's not him.
I am Lawrence Trent, GM, well, not quite elect, but hopefully soon to be GM.
Yeah, I only need one more victory. One more tournament victory and I'll be there. Can't be that hard.
Are you excited about it?
I am. I think it's going to happen.
Is it bound to happen?
I think so. It's about bloody time, isn't it? Let's face it.
I was an I am for a very long time.
I know you were. Yeah, you were an I am forever.
Mind crushing.
We're just going to get our producer to load up the boards for us again because the program seems to have closed.
I wasn't even paying attention. I think we're going on break. We're that desperate.
We're just going to try and fix some things here.
I fix my hair. I bought this hair gel, and I will apply it generously during the break.
Yeah, apply
Georgie line. I think that's the trendy brand in Gibraltar.
It is. Okay, guys, we're just going to be back in a few minutes for the next round of Blitz. Stay tuned. Hope you're having fun.
We're both not going to speak. Hello and welcome back to Chess 24, everybody. We're watching and commentating the Blitz tournament, which will determine the pairings of the Norway chess. Probably the strongest super tournament we've had all year, I don't think is an exaggeration. It's a stronger field than the candidates. It
Maybe
features...
Zurich.
Yeah, but that was a much smaller field.
Smaller, yeah.
I'm always a bigger fan if it's a huge event and like that. A lot of the top players, which we haven't had recently. Tal Memorial has been doing that the last couple of years.
Yeah, unfortunately it was cancelled this year, wasn't it?
It's not going to happen this year, right? I heard some rumors as well. But we have everybody. Let's have a look at the standings. We have Kramnik, Grishu, Carlsen, Giri, Aronian, Aktestein, the second Norwegian in the field. We have Topalov, we have Svidler, we have Caruana, Kayakin, I believe Anish Giri, with his lousy rating of 2746, is the number 9 in the field, the second to last. Can you believe that?
That's just insane.
So it is a very seriously strong field. Today is a bit of fun. It's a new way to determine the pairings, and the guys are motivated because who finishes first in these Blitz tournaments, they will get more whites than blacks, which is a competitive advantage. So it's not just fun and games, and I like the way they're doing this. Instead of just
picking it out of the
picking or having a drawing of lots, you have some competitive element to who gets more whites.
Yep.
On the other hand, it's a bit unfair because the stronger players, they will get more whites in most tournaments, and their ratings will keep growing. So it's a bit of a rich get richer situation, isn't it?
I'm not sure, because in Blitz anything can happen, right? I mean, look at Steven Agestein. I'm not sure. I think it is a fair way. I think Blitz is a different animal. I think it's a good way to select the colours. Well, we're in round 5. They're already more
right.
than...
Let's have a look.
They've kicked off. Is not really the some games already into the middle game. Let's go to Giri Kramnik. What on earth is going on here? Well, looks as though Giri's got...
How old is Giri? He's still incredibly young, right?
Yeah.
Seems like with all these young guys, they've been around for a while.
94,
he's probably like...
was he born or 95?
Yeah, he's probably 19 or 20.
19 or 20, right, yeah.
And he's really been around for a while. He's played a bunch of super tournaments, stable 2700 player, or 2750 almost. So yeah, chess gets younger. And we're basically, as you can easily tell, buying time to evaluate this position. Don't really know what's going on. Material is equal. Giri has the 2 bishops. He's probably slightly better. He has a nice knight on c5, doesn't he? Can maybe go rook a2, other rook to a1. They made some moves. Played rook c1, hinting at not c5, but c4. He's a little better. Rook a7. He could probably push c4 if he so fancies. Knight to b4.
I'm not sure I like c4, yeah.
Me neither. It allows us jump, doesn't it?
Yeah, why play c4? I think I would just double on the a file and, you know.
Just rook a2.
I would just play rook a2, rook fa1, and then try and do...
Look what he did.
Well, there you go.
He is a quality player.
He
doesn't give in to temptations like that.
Absolutely. Let's go to another game. Let's go to Caruana.
But a3 might liquidate here, and black might be fine, ever since white missed this c4 chance.
Yeah.
Where were we? Caruana Kayakin? Sergei Kayakin, I believe he has a streak going in tournament games of 16 draws in a row.
No.
He does.
Wow.
Which I think it can easily beat. But it is still quite a long streak on a super level.
It really
Magnus
is,
Carlsen, being the bully that he is, he made some fun of him for that. But Sergei Kayakin is also the guy who won this tournament last year.
Right, he did, yeah. Big win for him last year. So he'll have some good memories. Let's try and figure out what's going on here.
Pawns are equal. No, they're not. Black has an extra pawn. I just thought they were equal. So black is better. He has a pawn.
Extra pawn, no danger to his king. Must be better.
That's normally the level of depth you will get on this very show. A pawn is a pawn, extra pawn, whoever has that is better.
Absolutely.
And it tends to be true as well.
It does tend to be true. Let's go down. Let's go to my pick for this Blitz tournament.
Magnus Carlsen?
No, Alexander Grishchuk. But we'll
Too
check
late.
in with Carlsen.
We're at Magnus Carlsen. He's playing Peter Svidler. Equal ending, it looks like. f4, h4. Pawns are equal, so we'll say it's equal, right? Probably Peter is a bit better.
Right.
So you wanted to see Grishuk against Topalov, not a Blitz specialist, as we've heard, but he has Grishuk on the ropes here. Pawn up, so he's better.
Yeah,
it really helps his Blitz
really
material
does,
is unequal more often than not. The producer is giving us subtle messages. He hates that if we mention him. He's bringing in a sheet. This is technical stuff. I'll leave it to the digital native.
We'll do that. We'll do that for the next game. So, what else is going on here? Grishchuk Topalov.
Grishchuk pawn down, struggling.
Yeah.
He's setting up some very cheap cheapos with Queen e8.
I like it. I like his style.
I think that's what you would do, right?
It was.
Rook e7 might parry that Queen somewhere. maybe b4.
Yeah.
Looks like Grishuk is in some trouble.
Oh no,
he
he's
can keep going.
no, look
H5.
at this. Let's go to the current position, Jan. He's bungled it. He's zippy and bungled it. That's
He
Topalov. Don't know where
he
he
did get his
it.
pawn back like 800 moves ago. What happened? Let's quickly find out. Rook e7, queen d3. He took on c4. Ah, that blunders a pawn.
Oh dear.
So yeah, Grishuk survived.
All right. And
Levan Aronian has defeated Seaman Aktestein. Guys resign early in this tournament, don't they? Okay,
his
probably...
position is disgusting.
Yeah, it's a horrible position. But still, material is equal. Why would you resign here? Okay, because he can't move.
Can't move.
These pieces.
He's got two knights that can't move.
Yeah, okay, that is a problem. Levan Aronian showing his class, and Peter Svidler has managed to blunder something, it looks like. Or did he lose on time? It says 0-1.
Maybe it's
no,
1-0.
No real reason why this should say 0-1. Maybe he did lose on time. Sometimes guys lose on time in Blitz.
Maybe it's 3 minutes straight. We never really worked
No,
that
it's
out.
not. It's 3 minutes plus 2 seconds, which is the new approved time control. I don't like it. I like 5-0 because you can win on time. But it looks like it happens here as well. It's the only explanation I really got. If it's not 3-2 but 4-2, please let us know, because we're making up our own rules and regulations and standings on the show.
We are self-governing.
This is Gibraltar. There's really different rules apply.
Giri has beaten Kramnik. Wow.
And that's quite a telling final position.
That's not good for black, that position.
No, this is bad for black. He is down a knight and couple pawns. So yeah, this is the kind of positions I want to see guys resigning, not these pawn down or oh my god, I'm slightly worse, I'll resign a Blitz game.
Absolutely.
Kayakin has beaten Mr. Fabiano Caruana, adding evidence to my claim Caruana might not be a Blitz specialist. What's the Twitter sphere saying? Stefan van der Wald says he loves the Blitz, but why not invite I'll hide my nose behind the board, uneven number of players so all have same number of white and black games. It is
money.
Let me think. No, I don't think it's about the money, because they did invite 10 players. You don't have this problem with the more popular format of double round robins, where you just have 6 guys and they play each other twice. But I do like this format much better. I think in open tournaments, at least, the reason was that the math normally doesn't add up, and then one guy gets 2 whites more and 2 blacks more, which was more of a disadvantage. I'm not sure why they don't do it more often in closed tournaments. Just invite 11 guys, play 10 rounds, and everybody gets the same numbers of white and black. Is a fair point, I guess.
Very interesting point. All right, let's get the standings up. Mr. Producer, after 5 rounds, 3 more to go. And we're going to load up the next games as well. So
how is it 3 more to go after 5 rounds?
Oh, 4 more to go. I'm going.
Maybe we have 6 rounds already. We're losing count here. The
No,
action
it's
is
5.
moving
It's
way
5.
too quickly. These are the standings. Magnus Carlsen in the lead. And Anish Giri. Maybe I should have chosen him as one of my 5 favorites instead of Peter Svidler. Very strong Blitz player Anish Giri in this tournament. So is Peter, but it looks like he's behind in the standings. And then we got Grishuk, Kramnik, Aronian, the usual suspects pretty much. Sergei Kayakin just won a game, moving up the ladder. And we scroll down a bit to see who else is in touch with these guys. Seaman Aktestein stuck on 1.5. Peter Svidler on 1.5, not doing well. Topalov, as expected, not doing so well. And Caruana also struggling. Maybe Caruana really wants an extra black game. Maybe he's worked so hard on his black openings. He doesn't see a reason to fight for extra whites.
Doubt that. All right, so we're moving on to round 6 in just a few moments. They're going to kick off. We've got Topalov, Aronian, Carlsen, Caruana, Aktestein, Svidler, Kramnik, Karyakin, and Giri Grishuk. A lot of the KK. You got the GG. You got the CC.
Wow, the TA.
You got the TA. And you've got the AS.
Fascinating.
It is fascinating, isn't it? That's what it's come to. So, Carlsen out in front, 4 points. Now got a really good chance against a struggling Caruana.
Yeah, also if once you're behind in this tournament, you have 1 out of 5 or whatever, it's really zero motivation left.
Yeah.
He knows he's not going to finish among the first 5,
Yeah.
so why bother, right?
Right.
So, yeah. I'd offer you a bet that I think Magnus Carlsen will win this game. I'd even give odds, like 2-1 odds or something.
Really? 2-1.
Is a generous
As
offer.
a win.
This is your dark horse in the tournament, Fabiano Caruana. I'm giving you draw, Caruana win, and 2-1 odds.
Give me 3-1 and I'll take it.
That's crazy talk. Moving on to Paolo
I
Varonian.
might take 2-1.
I thought it was a fair offer.
I'll take 2-1 at €5.
We can't bet for money. We gotta bet for something nice, like pasta dinner. You know, like €5 worth pasta dinner, which is exactly what
Where do I
you'll
get that from? Morris.
We'll find a nice place.
No, we'll start our betting tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
Because
so you're chickening out of this one after reconsideration?
He's playing real bad, right? I mean,
that's the point. That's why I'm giving you 2-1 odds.
He's playing really bad.
Giri Grishuk is interesting. Both these guys, they are still on the upper half and obviously dedicated to get more wide games. Giri did pretty well in his last super tournament in Vaikanzé, scoring +2 maybe. A lot of draws, one or two games.
Solid.
Very, very solid. Grishuk has always been doing well when we've seen him at the chessboard, which hasn't been that often recently, but he did score 6 out of 7 in the Russian league, winning 15 rating points, transporting his rating to something crazy, 2793 or even higher, close to 2800.
Not bad.
Meanwhile, Zach Young, I think, is explaining the question we tried to answer earlier, Star Wars. There's a problem with having an odd number of players. Someone would have to sit out every round. That actually is a very easy explanation. They have done this, that someone gets a rest day when they have to sit out, but of course it is a bit strange. So yeah, I think that is probably the best explanation why it's not more popular.
All right, we're waiting for the moves. Hopefully they are going to come in shortly. Of course.
We have always tweets to talk about. And we have so much to talk about. We haven't seen each other for...
It's been weeks.
Oh, it's been days.
How long has it been?
I don't know, like a month, 2 months. It's been...
Not been 2 months, has it?
I don't know.
I saw you just before... I saw you like 2 weeks ago.
Maybe we just saw each other.
Yeah. You're looking good. You're looking like you've got a nice tan.
It's sunny over here, you know. Right. I try to avoid it, but sometimes going to work, walking back, you're exposed to some sun.
That looks good.
RW is saying, have you guys any exciting vacations or holiday plans for the summer? No, holidays are over. I've been in Thailand playing the Thailand Open. You've been to Cuba playing the Havana Open. Is that what it's called?
Capablanca.
The Capablanca Open.
Yeah.
I was always mixing up. I kept calling it the Havana Memorial, which really doesn't make a lot of sense.
I hope there's never a Havana Memorial. I do like my Havana.
Right. So summer plans. I have nothing exciting. We might go to the Chess Olympiad. There's some behind the scenes action, but yeah, that would be exciting. They didn't put me on the German team, which is sick, but I'm not that active, so I can't really blame them. Lawrence Trent, not on the English team yet, but you're clearly...
I'm clearly the next...
next in line, let's say.
Next in line, yeah, absolutely. No, we've got a good team. We've got Mickey Adams, Nigel Short, Gawain Jones, David Howe, and Matthew Sadler.
That is a pretty good team.
We didn't have Luke McShane. Luke, obviously...
I was going to say, where's Luke?
He's probably working and doing what normal people do.
Right.
But... We've got a Matthew Sadler is an extremely good team player.
He used to have massive scores like 15 years ago when he was on the British team. We shall see. He hasn't been that active. British teams Is British or English?
It's English.
English teams, right?
Yeah, because Scotland have got a team.
Yeah,
Wales
sorry.
have got a team.
English teams.
Yeah.
They haven't been doing that well normally.
We used
Good
to.
on paper, but
We used to do great. We had Nunn, we had Spielman, we had, we used to have a Miles. We used to have a great team. We still do have a very good team. Not saying anything, of course, against my lovely friends, compatriots, and so on. But we're certainly nowhere near favourites. We would do amazingly to get a medal. I mean, I think we're just looking for a solid performance. We've got a solid team. We've got a decent team. But when you look at the likes of,
I like that you say we. You really,
yeah,
you care.
I do care.
You're rooting for the English team.
Well. I think if you compare it though to Russia, who've got just such a big team, and you've got people like Armenia who do well, China.
A lot of strong teams.
Just a lot of strong teams.
Ukraine, Azerbaijan.
Yeah.
Really, if you go down the list, Hungary always very strong. Holland pretty strong. France is very strong now.
France is my dark horse for the Olympiad.
Verschila Graf really moving into the top 10. Then guys like Fressinet always doing well. Bacro, very strong player.
I mean, there already you have three.
Edouard, Tkatchev, I'm not even sure who's on the team,
Edouard
but it's going to be pretty good.
2,700. They're a serious threat, the French. All right, we are waiting for the moves. Not sure. Maybe it's starting at 1/2 would make sense.
That does sound likely.
Does sound very likely. And if they don't come in, well, let us know. Have they come in?
Tell us a bit about your Cuba tournament. How did the chess go?
Well, the chess was average. I think I lost a few rating points. I would say it was more of a cultural experience. My time out there, it was. I do like playing there, but not for chess reasons. The tournament's very well run and so on. It's difficult to make a GM norm.
It's probably very strong, right? A lot of underrated locals trying to make a norm, highly motivated.
I was quite generous because I made some. I gave a few guys, I suppose, their titles actually.
Why would you do that? It's a dream situation. You play someone who needs a draw for a norm or for a title.
Yeah.
Like you push forever, and if you're a piece down, you offer a draw, and they'll still take it.
Yeah, I'm very friendly with these guys. They're all friends. They're all friends of mine. So the chess was not really the highlight for me personally. It was more the time spent in Cuba. It's a wonderful country. I'd recommend it to anyone. And yeah, hopefully I'll be going back very soon. What about you?
I've never been to Cuba.
You haven't been,
After this endorsement, I'll certainly consider it. I haven't been much to Latin America at all.
No?
I'm not sure if Cuba counts as Latin America.
Yeah, of course it does.
But no, actually no.
Yeah, I mean, Cuba is still a Latin country, right? They still speak Spanish. And
they do speak Spanish. You speak Spanish, which is rare for an Englishman, isn't it?
I don't know. You'd have to pull up the national statistics on how many Englishmen speak Spanish. I don't really know.
I think it's just you, probably.
Stuart Conquest, who's been on the show, he also speaks very good Spanish.
That is true.
So
but he lived in Spain for a long time.
He did live in Spain for a long time, you are right. We've got.
Does it also make you nervous what the producer is planning?
Yeah,
I'm not sure what it's going to be, but he's up to something.
What is...
I think he's plugging the pasta dinner, which you're about to get.
Oh, I see.
That looks about right, actually. Yeah, that's exactly what I had in mind.
Am I going to be eating it off the table as well?
I might give you a fork. That is true. Cats. Everybody loves cats. We should prepare some lolcats segments.
Right. Okay.
They're so cute because they can't spell. They're cats.
Right.
It's hilarious.
How do you know they can't spell?
Everybody knows cats can't spell.
Have you ever
don't you know these lolcats things? I has cheeseburgers. It's very cute.
No, I didn't know that.
We'll talk about it later. It's a thing, you know, with the young people.
It's a thing with the kids.
Right.
I feel like we've missed out on an entire round here. Have moves been played?
I've had fun now.
Let me just try and...
You're the technician in charge.
I'm just gonna try this again, ladies and...
And yeah, change this.
Yeah, I just want to load this first to see if it does come, because I changed it before and it didn't come.
The polling interval.
Yeah, absolutely. No, this one is with the polling interval of 1
Maybe
second.
there's no games.
There's no games?
There's no games.
Yes, I know, but are there any games, Mr. Producer, actually happening at the moment? Can you see any games on the website? It's always useful to, have a producer. We are trying to get the games up, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't seem like there are any. It is round 6, isn't it?
We really need games, though. I mean, like...
We don't really need
We already told you who's going to qualify, who's going to have the 5 white games. So the big question is, who's going to win the tournament tomorrow? The tournament tomorrow doesn't make sense. Who's going to win the tournament starting tomorrow?
Yet. No games yet, it seems. No. Haven't started. Maybe they're having a break.
They could be having a break mid-tournament. It's good that we're prepared for these incidents.
Absolutely. Well, we are, aren't we? We've kept it going. We're like good captains on a ship in a storm.
Like Captain Phillips?
Have
you seen that movie? It's a great movie with Tom Hanks, where the Somali pirates kidnap his ship and him.
Is that a good movie?
It is a very good movie.
I'm always a bit... Tom Hanks,
It's a good movie. It's a good movie. Don't bring up this Scott and Hooch past.
Yeah. Do you know what I liked him in?
Philadelphia.
No. Actually, I watched that the other day, believe it or not. That's unbelievable you said that, yeah.
Forrest Gump.
No, let's not even go there. I liked him in Big. Do you remember Big?
I've seen Big.
Big was a great film. Big was... That's what I want to do. I want me and you to be...
That's what we're pretty much doing.
And you be me for a week.
I'm not sure. No, being you for a week I'd be fine with, but I think a week is like the cutoff, right? Like for a month would be too much. But yeah, seeing life through your enthusiastic eyes.
What happens if you actually really liked being me?
Or imagine it was you for a week where you play a tournament and you get your stupid GM norm finally.
Yeah, that'd
be amazing.
Yeah.
Sam Thompson, friend of the show, contributing, helping us with lolcats. I can has cheeseburger. It's so cute, right? Because they can't spell, so they say I can has instead of can I have.
But who I'm
cheeseburger is misspelled too now.
Right, I got it, but what's the... I don't understand anything about this.
It's a big thing.
Is it a trend at the moment? Lolcats?
No, it's been around for like 20 years.
Really?
Since the internet was invented, we have cute cats saying random things.
Oh my god.
There's also this speaking dog on YouTube who has like 70 million hits.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
He doesn't really speak, it's just someone made a voiceover and pretends he speaks. It's really cute too.
Wow. I'm really behind the times.
You gotta put in your animal hour.
My YouTube animal hour.
Right. You have heard of the... what's his name? The honey badger.
No.
Seriously?
Yeah, I'm being deadly serious. The only thing I remember...
Watch the honey badger, ladies and gentlemen. We're not offended if you leave right now. Watch the honey badger for 3 minutes. Come back in time for the next round. Google honey badger crazy explicit and you'll find what I'm talking about. It has 50 million hits. It's probably the best nature movie ever made. Only takes 2 minutes.
remember the dramatic chipmunk. Did you ever...
No, that doesn't ring a bell.
That was brilliant.
I know Elvin and the Chipmunks.
No, it's just a drama. It's just a... I'll show you afterwards. I think it's called the dramatic chipmunk.
Right. Do we have any moves? I think people are
I'm worried.
craving for action, aren't they?
Where are the moves?
Because else if they let us talk, we'll fall back and they'll make another parody of us. Or of me. They only make fun of me for some reason. For talking about NBA, Game of Thrones, movies, sitting weirdly, drinking stuff.
Yeah.
I have feelings too,
Still no moves on the website, Mr. Producer?
Might be a break.
Maybe they are taking. Should we take just a couple of minutes to compose?
You want a couple of minutes?
Let's take
regain your composure?
Regain my composure and look at what's it called?
Oh, the honey badger. Badger. Let's do that.
Let's look at the honey badger. We'll be back in just a few minutes with round number 6 of this Blitz tournament. Stay with us.
Or 7.
It's
6.
back, everybody. This is the Norway Chess Blitz tournament. I'm Lawrence Trent, he's Jan Gustafsson. We took a very short break there, but we're going to go straight back to the action. And the games have kicked off for this round. And look at this. I'm glad I didn't make the bet.
Yeah, Caruana, he lost interest in the tournament.
He's just lost in 11 moves with black. Probably not his finest performance. Really a terrible French Tarrasch. All been seen before. Even this position is very well known.
He did cover the first threat.
Yeah.
Knight c7 check.
A3, yep, that's a good move.
But the second one got him the subtle Queen f3, intending to take the piece on
How
a6.
can you miss that?
I don't know. It's probably bishop takes a6 is not a positionally desirable move because it gives up the bishop. So sometimes you just black it out. And okay, he castled, he took. If you take back, the rook on a8 is falling. So that's all she wrote. 11 moves. Magnus Carlsen means business, even in the Blitz tournament, on his way to
so
tournament
happy I didn't
victory.
bet against you there. I would have looked like a right fool. Let's go to the other games. Let's go Topalov.
Did he sacrifice a pawn?
Yeah, it's just unbelievable. Look at this move. After bishop e6, move 10.
How did he lose his pawn?
Just go to bishop e6 on move 10. Very standard looking position. Just play king h2.
That's a blunder. He thought his rook was still on f1.
No, he didn't.
No, that's an insane pawn sacrifice. You don't give that
no,
pawn
you
for
do.
nothing.
No, he did. He
No.
gave it. He wanted the open f file.
No, that's a blunder.
He wanted the open f file.
No way. So he got what he wished for. He's a pawn down. And I don't think Levan Aronian will be overly concerned about the looming attack. Simon Aktestein against Peter Svidler, we have a crazy position. once again, we have an offbeat opening. We're not going to learn a lot of opening secrets today, I'm afraid. They play all kinds of stuff, clearly not showing their hand. And Akterstein e5, extremely aggressive. Knight g4, e6. Queen h4, really business early on here. I think Peter got out of this exchange nicely. His king is not that troubled, and he has this nice passed pawn. His bishop is huge. Knight c3 has been played. Where is that game? Here. He just went rook e8, queen f3, king g8. All to play for, but I do like the look of this dark square bishop.
I would agree. Let's go to Kramnik Karyakin.
Where's that? Over here. The king battle. They play real openings. The Queen's Gambit accepted, which they also played in the candidates against each other. Slightly different line there. But this is a theory battle, so not everybody's playing. Looks like Kramnik, I don't know, all this might be really mainstream theory till very deeply. Looks like Kramnik is slightly better. Can go f3 and then pile up on his weakness. Maybe f3, there is f5. Clearly he did not go f3, he did go f4. He didn't know it was legal to push the pawn that far.
Interesting.
Whenever you say interesting, you really don't find it that interesting,
No,
right?
I
I think that's a pattern you
I mean, it is. I mean, I'd take white here.
yeah.
White doesn't make it. Well, that's it. He's got his rook in. Let's have a look. Rook d3 on the board. Bit of action.
Action. Not that scary though, is it?
Just played f5.
Oh, sorry. I clicked somewhere.
5.
5. Setting up a subtle threat, and we've seen less subtle threats work of bishop f4 winning the rook.
Yeah.
Bishop d6 looks like it does parry that.
Yeah, but that runs into knight c4.
Yeah, then it gets all messy. Rook takes b3, knight takes d6.
You're gonna lose.
I might lose.
Yeah.
But still messy for my standards. He did play
Oh, he
bishop
played
d6.
it. And if knight c4, what's going
Many
on?
moves. Knight takes e4.
Knight takes e4. Knight takes d6.
Knight takes d6.
Yeah. Bishop takes c5 is nothing. That's you. Yeah.
And there goes our deep analysis of this position.
Yeah,
He played.
Oh, rook c3.
Well, white went h3. Stopping knight g4 and bishop h2. Trickery.
Sorry,
c3.
is Timon Ajastan just got checkmated, did he? With the king on h6.
Wow.
Well,
How did he get there?
I don't know. Somewhere around here. He took g5.
g5 into the great wide open.
Oh
bishop
my goodness.
e5.
Oh my goodness.
He took the invitation for walk, and
he
Peter was
went
happy
for a
to
walk.
oblige.
Did he walk the walk or did he talk the talk?
He certainly walked the walk. I'm not sure if there was trash talking involved.
No, that's a death row walk,
cute.
isn't it? Yeah.
Well, he does get. You have 9 lives in this tournament. What's Mr. Levon Aronian doing? I can't even count the pawns. Probably he's doing
winning,
fine,
isn't
right? Maybe he's winning. Maybe not. Rook takes d3. Why is he so winning? He's probably better at b5, knight e5. Oh yeah, this looks strong. Making up moves, but this does look unpleasant.
Yep.
More deep analysis.
Yeah, it's really fantastic stuff. Grishchuk looks like he's got probably one move to win, or not.
He just disappeared. Here he is again. He can move his knight.
With check.
But it would be countered by a counter check.
It's quite cute.
It is cute. Let's say knight c5, knight ge7, check.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it's not legal to play knight takes d3 with
That
knight
is a
check
shame.
here.
Yeah, that is. You would like to play that. Oh, it's kind of happened. He went with the other knight though. Knight d7, king f7.
And he went to f6, forcing the other knight. What's going on here? I like Grishuk's chances.
Yeah.
But after further reflection, I realize he's a rook down, so I like his chances a little less than when I said I liked his chances. Why? 3 pieces, rook, no rook.
Oh, he's a rook down. Right.
He's winning something back, but probably not enough. Anish Giri being he's young but very experienced, and being the experienced blitz player he is, did not mind giving 1 piece back to simplify into this ending, which looks very, very good for him.
Meanwhile, Karyakin has beaten Kramnik from that position, so yeah, it didn't go.
What's going on here? There's all this jumpiness.
There's a lot of jumpiness.
Too. Blitz is a very jumpy game.
Yeah, that's the way to beat Kramnik. Just B2 pieces up.
That's a good start, yeah.
That's good.
Levon Aronian did win this position.
Yeah.
Did he play the expert sequence? He did play B5, yeah, and it's kind of winning a piece, because 95 knight of K is really nasty threat. So that's what happened. And Topalov threw in the towel. Guy's really resigning early, or does it just feel like? Oh, maybe it's not that early. Rook D2 and checkmate.
Grishuk is now trying to
hanging in there. But a rook is a rook. It's quite strong in such a position. White king can join the fun. Gotta take some care with knight forks, but I think Anish will win this one.
Not sure if he will win. I'm not sure he will win. This is the position, rook G1, king F5, king D2. There's a lot of. He's got his pawns at G4.
Yeah, it's not straightforward.
Not easy at all. Knight E5. Look at these knights. Oh my goodness.
Very jumpy.
No, it's so annoying to play against knights in an endgame. Bishop D4.
I still like white's chances though. Okay, H1. But yeah, combined with the G pawn and all these squares, they could jump to.
He just took another pawn as well, Grishuk. So now he's only a few pawns. Well, he's got 2 pawns for the exchange. He's going to win the G pawn. But can he just
still like white's chances there. Because the A pawn wasn't so important, and now it looks like he will pick up the G pawn.
I think it's going to be a draw.
No, I think Anish will win this position.
Do you want to make a little bit?
Because you've had a little sneak at the current position.
No, but
let's have it. I still think Anish is going to win. I think it should be a draw. I think he's going to win. Grishuk is tough. I don't know. See, he took another pawn.
Yeah, you should have bet. I was willing.
I did bet.
Yeah.
You said you want to make a bet, and I said I think he's going to win.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean yes.
Pretty much. Yeah. Well, maybe he's not going to win.
Maybe he's not going to win, right?
You never know.
Wow,
until the game is over.
We've now got a rook and knight and pawn versus. Sorry, rook and pawn versus knight and pawn. If we just click on that position there, Mr. Gustafsson.
I will read the Twitter feed while you keep talking. Yeah, people are outraged, not outraged, but surprised by Karana's loss in 11 moves against Carlsen.
What a beating.
Not surprisingly. And there's a question. Craig Harrison, one for Gus and Lawrence. Shall we call the show that? No, it sounds a bit weird. What is your record against the players, and which win you most proud of, if you won? I'm thinking, did I ever beat any of these guys? I beat Karana when he was like 14 maybe. That counts. So that's the win I'm most proud of. As for the record, we'll do the math during the show at some point. I like speaking about getting spanked by the world top. I'm sure it's a serious minus, we'll figure it out. But the only win I can think of immediately is really Karana. What else is going on in the Twitter sphere? Rob Brown is saying the chess bestiary grows. The hippo, elephant gambit, the orangutan, the bird, the dragon, the pterodactyl. That's a chess opening?
Got no idea.
Never heard of it. Pterodactyl sounds like a dinosaur. What's going on with this game? Will I win my bet? Will I get my pasta dinner back?
He's defending well, isn't he, Grishchuk?
Yeah, this is probably theoretically winning, but it's not easy. Probably have to work with some Zugzwangs. I have no idea what I'm talking about, as always in ending.
You are an endgame expert.
I am a well-renowned endgame.
I think Grishchuk's going to draw. Maybe I should have taken that bet.
No, I think he's going to lose. There's all kinds of Zugzwang ideas, you know. I think it's objectively winning. I'm pretty sure it is objectively winning.
I'll go for a draw.
Any endgame experts in the audience? No, but this is winning. We're in exchange up. We still have a pawn. How's this even a discussion? Of course it's winning.
Yeah. Not sure
It is winning, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't think it is.
It is winning.
I'm not sure it is winning.
Yeah, that's a bit shocking that you're not sure if it's winning or not. Look at the position. This is winning.
All right, Mr. Gustafsson says
he might lose because we have this position, and after king d6, I'm sure he wants to go king b5 after knight a7.
That's true. Has that happened?
No, it has not. King a4 is a position on the board. King to d6 we're expecting. It's winning though. What?
Okay. All right.
That's all I gotta say.
I want to see. Show me the money.
No, I'll let Giri show you the money.
Oh, rook h8, knight d4. Okay. Rook h2, king c5. Show me the money. King c4. No, just going back. I think it's a draw.
No, it's winning.
I think it's a theoretical draw. Table-based people, please put this position after move 120 on the table basis. I would be keen to know if it is winning.
I already told you it's winning.
Okay, but
no trust for my endgame expertise on this show.
I trust the table basis.
I'm sure
he's not making any progress.
No viewer will bother putting it in the table basis, but we will find out. Maybe we can write a nice theoretical article about rook and pawn versus knight and pawn. What's going on here? Not much.
Hold on. Click on the board again.
Yeah, it's here, it's here. So that the viewers can see it too, you mean?
Right.
We're on move 133. Yeah. So, what was the last pawn exchange? I can see the move d5 on move 84.
We're there, 134.
We might be getting there.
No, it's all we're there.
The question is, do the players have access to this information?
Probably not, right?
Probably not.
No, they're still playing. No, he's
because
not making...
in Blitz you're not writing down your moves, so you can't check your score sheet when was the last time we exchanged something. So he has not found the win. That's surprising. King d3, now he's getting there. If the knight moves... Well...
What? I'm not sure he is winning.
It's not so easy. It's certainly winning, but it's hard to find during a Blitz game, I guess. Please let us know. I'd really be shocked if this position was a draw. I would...
Knight c6?
No, I wouldn't do very much.
Ah.
There must be some
c4.
clever Zugzwangs here.
Wow. Brian thinks it's a draw.
He thinks it's a draw even versus a queen.
But look, he's made progress. Look at this. Look at the current position here.
Yeah, well, he was bound to win sooner or later. No, Barone, I don't think you're right about this. I think king, knight and pawn all grouped together is lost against the queen. I'm pretty confident on that claim. And I still believe the position they had on the board.
Rook h6, and that's that. He's going to take on f6 and play king c5, and that's the
right.
end of the story. But I think he missed a draw to claim a draw. I think he missed the 50 moves.
That is correct.
Yeah. So a win there.
It looks like heartbreak is coming for me. Shredder says it's a draw.
Yeah, it's just a draw.
That's so hard to believe. I'm not sure which position. Probably
the one that we were discussing.
Nah,
it is. The knight on c6, the pawn on d5, the king on c5. It's a fortress. It's well known. I think it happened in Beliavsky, Vaganyan, 1979.
We all know you made up.
I did make that up.
that part of the
If
story.
they did play in 1979, that's a sick guess. Though.
Probably they play in
Gary did
1979.
win.
Why wouldn't they?
After a marathon, 155 moves. Don't see that often in Blitz. Let's bring up the next game. In the meantime, the producer is going to put our lovely faces.
Nice.
Just me and you, yeah.
Or maybe more lolcats.
Lolcats, yeah.
Yeah, I can have cheeseburger.
Yeah, you do love that, don't you? I have to confess, I've just no idea what you're going on about there.
You're not as much as a digital native as I thought. You're old school, going out there, living the life, talking to real people, right?
That's
Missing
right.
out on all the lolcats action.
I do
online.
like. Do you like talking to real people?
It depends. I mean, in a nutshell, I'd probably say no. No, I do like it, but I'm very awkward, you know, so I prefer online or like talking to a camera.
Right. All of our lovely audience, we love to talk to you and we like to hear from you. Send us your tweets, hashtag C24LIVE live.
Nicely
I like
done.
to spell it out sometimes.
Beautiful.
You've got to spell it out.
So you're missing. From now on, we will get all the guys who were tweeting hashtag C24 live with an F, which maybe C24 was a live. No, you said correctly, but I'm just saying you brought all these guys that were tweeting to the other hashtag, to us.
Right.
Never mind. I see Jose, the producer, is up to something. He has this cute animal day today as well.
He
Like,
likes his animals.
he really likes his stuff.
What is going
I still haven't seen the movie he recommended, Cloud Atlas, which he said was the best
Oh.
movie ever.
Horrendous movie.
I think I got the DVD at home actually, so I will try to catch up and then I can settle the dispute. Sorry?
We can play during the breaks.
Okay.
No, we shouldn't do it during the breaks.
What is that, Jan?
I have no idea.
What is
what's
going on?
Oh,
What is it?
why is he kicking his head?
What is this the sort of thing you spend hours watching on the internet?
Yeah, I think if it's a GIF, it never stops,
You
right?
do
You
have
can just
a
keep.
girlfriend, right? I mean, I'm surprised that you have so much time to waste on watching cats getting kicked in the head by
No,
birds.
I have nothing to do with this. Jose came up with this all
right.
by himself.
Sure.
I've never seen this video of Toby the cat. Toby's not a cat's name, is it?
It's a good cat name.
Toby?
Let me go for a minute break, Jan.
Why do you need another break?
I haven't been for a break. I've just been sat here. You're the one who's been outside.
Ah, okay.
I've actually been the duration here of these 7 rounds. I just fancy a very quick drink. Misha Tannenbaum.
Tannenbaum.
That's a
He
German
says we're
name.
funny.
We love you, Misha. We love you for 2 reasons: the fact that you tweeted us and the fact you're right.
And the fact he's called Tannenbaum, because that's a very funny movie, The Royal Tenenbaums.
Oh, I haven't seen that actually.
It is a
It's
funny
supposed to be
movie.
good.
It's one of the better Ben Stiller movies out there. I had a huge Twitter discussion about Ben Stiller the other
Oh
day.
wow, interesting.
That's my kind of interaction.
we
not
can talk
Twitter
about
discussions
we can talk about Ben Stiller. We can talk, but in the meantime, as they're not.
You want
playing-
your break? Get out
We'll
of
be
here.
back in just a couple of minutes' time for round 7. Remember, there are 9 rounds in this Blitz tournament. It's all been, well, it's been a lot of fun so far, right? It's been a lot of fun. Not really, no. But stay tuned. We know you're going to stay anyway. See you in a few minutes.